Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Massachusetts Central Radio Show. Here, I'm your humble host. I'm recording to you on a very gloomy day here in Massachusetts. Actually, let me show you guys a little bit more. Yeah, it's pain in the neck. It's raining and stuff like that. But hey, hello, everybody. So, So today is a very, 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 um, so here is a very momentous day. So, momentous day. Um, I believe I just put it into my, um, I just had a memory place today. Um, so I believe um, I believe I have solidified. So I forgot that an anniversary happened about 5 years ago this year. Um, well, 5 years ago, not 5 ago, but 5 years ago this year. But I've been graduated for 5 years. So um, for those of you who don't remember, I graduated. My well, actually, a couple milestones happened um, 5 years ago. 5 years ago this month. So I've been graduated. Well, this is the anniversary of me being graduated for 5 years because I graduated the 14th of May, and um, I don't know. I do know what Abdallah is doing. Um, I was graduated the 14th of May, and I've been graduated, and this is the anniversary of my 1 month. This was the milestone, my 1 month anniversary of my 5 years of me being completely and totally graduated. I got my bachelor's in science psychology, a bachelor's in science in psychology the from the University of Bridgewater, or Bridgewater State University. Um, also, also, I forgot to mention, um, this. It's also been 5 years since I came home, and um, since I came home, it was also this exact same week, 5 months ago, 5 years ago, that I came home from the hospital after I had my hernia surgery. So quite a few milestones. I've been remiss to remember these because um, one was particularly good in my life, and one memory was particularly bad in my life. So yeah, um, I also forgot to remember this as well. Um, forgot to remember something as well. So yeah, I mean, those were some momentous occasions. Those were awesome moments for me. Um, but it's the first time I've ever been in surgery on my body, and was the first time well, it was the second time I got a degree from a college. But um, little did I know that little did I know that that both events would be the catalyst of me actually changing my life and things being a little different for me over the next 5 years, because, as you guys all know, Um, that promoted me to the sales floor, and um, also whatever job I had in the psychology field went away because I was out for so long. Not too many agencies wanted me, or not too many workplaces wanted me. So, and um, but eventually, yeah, I actually did find something to fill the void. You guys know all too well. My friend April became part of my life, so I helped her out in her journey, and maybe one of the toughest journeys in her life. So, um, so yeah. Also, also, it also marks the time. This week also marks the day. This week in particular also marks the time she and I actually hung out at the movies. So this is a month. That was 4 years ago. So 4 years ago and 5 years ago, some pretty interesting stuff happened in June. Um, but most importantly, um, another thing happened in June about 16 years ago. Um, since this is 2021, 16 years ago, 2005. I remember it vaguely, but that milestone hasn't hit just yet. Actually, I graduated learning prep. Um, I graduated learning prep this month too. Um, Forget what day it was. I think it was the 13th. I'm not. I think it was the 13th to the 14th. I can't remember. Um, yeah, I think it was the 13th. Yeah, I think it was the 13th. Um, 13th to the 14th. I can't remember. I have to bring up my diploma again because I have my diploma somewhere. I'll have to tell you guys that one. I also graduated learning prep in my high school. Um, June of 2005 is also the year I got my first high honor roll, and it would set a trend, and it was the turning point in my life. I pretty much felt like I could do just about anything after I got that. Um, and it happened and it happened during maybe one of the most chaotic years of my life, and maybe one of the worst school year, and maybe a year after the worst school years of my life. So, um, so yeah, I was hitting. I was bet. I always seem to make a comeback in May, and I always seem to do good and achieve something in June. Don't know why, but it's just the way how it is. And I always get some good news because I believe I got the good news to hang with April and May. So and I figured life would be grand. So I think we hung out June 10th. I can't remember. I'll have to, uh, I'll have to check my records and everything like that. So yeah, June is a big month. Megan McCaffrey, my friend, is also a birthday girl. Dan Barrett, who is also a very good friend of mine, he's also turning 32 today. So Megan is going to be turning 32 on 23rd. I already gave her a present, so I don't have to be 100% a pain in the so I don't have to be so I'm ahead of the curve, but I'm gonna wish her a happy birthday anyway. So when the time comes, I just want to say that June is a June is a June is a really um, fun month. It's also very rainy, but it's also been very rainy. But I think the last time it was rainy in June, I think it was on 9 or something like that. Um, so yeah, I am feeling amazing. So yeah, um, I think, and another milestone is going to be coming up in um, going to come up soon. I also think actually June. I think was also the month that my comeback to be friends with April kind of started too. So it was kind of slow and everything. That was the time when she actually had a accident, and she had an accident, and her car wouldn't start half the time. And every day, every night after she would go home. Oh, I'd make sure that girl would go home safe every night. I was texting her nonstop. I that kind of started. That was kind of the turning point for that. Um, I never told you guys that, but that was the turning point in that whole saga. Um, and yeah, there was a couple bumps and bruises along the way, but I ended up overcoming them because it's me. Because it's me and Mike Camille. I always overcome obstacles no matter what. Um, you know. Um, Also, something that I achieved, I think around this time, back in 2003, I think. Um, so did I? Just making sure my mom's not home. She might be coming home with the groceries, which I'm gonna have to don my rain jacket and go. So, so here's something I've never showed you guys, and its anniversary is coming up. I'm not going to. Its anniversary is coming up, but I've done it. So when I was young, um, now keep in mind I had no creative talent whatsoever, goddamn ever. I might do a Facebook post on this, but I think it was June of 2000 and um, I forget it. Was it June of 2000? Yeah, it was June. It was June 2003 because I can remember. The next year I was in eighth grade, and 2004 was right on the cusp, and I remember the Red Sox winning the World Championship. So this was 2003. So it is 2000, and so it's 2003. I'm young. I'm not sure what my abilities are. So I remember going in our class, and I remember I was into Claude Monet back in the day because that's what we used to do in public school. We used to do Claude Monet all the time. If you guys know who Claude Monet is, he's known for the impressionism. He's maybe one of the greatest impressionist artists of all time. He's really good. He made an impression on me, no pun intended. Um, but that right there took. Um, I created this in 2002. Yeah, created this in 2002. This was not a final project, so this was a middle of the year. Um, because towards the end of I couldn't really do this in the end of June because they were putting the art supplies away. So this must have been so this may have been a December. This may have been this may have been a May, or this may have been a March or April type type project. But this took me, I think, 2 months. I think this took me like 10 weeks or something like that, and it was pretty intense. It was pretty intensive. So I do owe a lot of my creativity to this painting. If you guys um, just want to make sure it's getting in the shot here, and it's not bouncing off anything. There is a lot of marks on it, so. But that is the Claude Monet Water Lily painting. There are like 6 copies of that. Um, actually there's more than that. I think there's like 10 copies like that in the world. Most of my family have them. I think my grandfather has one. My dad's dad has one. My mom's parents have one. A lot of my aunts and uncles have one. Um, I was stunned I could do that back in 2002, and for the aforementioned things all the milestones, I was pretty creative, because and I had to be very smart on a bunch of stuff. Helping people is not an easy task. So you have to be very open-minded. You also have to think outside the box, help out a lot of people. Um, I mean, and that that showed the world that yeah, there was some life in my body, and there was some life in my there was some creativity in my personal being, and stuff like that. So June is a very big milestone year. So and it's always been a catalyst for some great stuff. I know May is usually when I would go on my comeback runs in school, but I had to only do that maybe like 3 times. I think once in ninth grade, and once in ninth grade in '05, which is when I got my first hit on roll, and then when I had to help out a bunch of friends. Thomas is probably one of them. Back in '09, and then also make sure I had a decent ending to my year in '09. Um, helping April out big time, and it took a lot of creative guts to ask her out to the movies. And yes, I did say ask her out to the movies. It was a date, pretty much. And even though she may not frown upon that, but it's a prototype. But it didn't end up going into anything. But I was proud that I that I basically sucked it in and um, pulled my head up high and dug deep, and I ended up asking her to hang out the movies. And um, I thought I was gonna cower, but I thought I was like, oh no, I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't do it. I'm like, I'll tell you guys, I was gonna say never mind at one point when I was asking, um, but something inside me said, oh hey, you're a little different than that, and I think she figured that out, and I think she felt that, and it was a very great moment. Um, and I think most of my milestone moments, especially that painting there, that was a milestone. That was a turning point in my life. Never in my now I'd done pastel crepe and all that other stuff in my lifetime, but not at that level and such. So so yeah, today is the 18th. So this year is the 18th anniversary of that painting so today is the 19th. So this year is that 19th anniversary of that painting being done, and I'm probably going to do a Facebook post on that. I'm going to take a small photo of that when I'm done. But yeah, I just want to tell you guys I am going to do gameplay. I told you I was not going to do Chrono Trigger. I might do Pokemon Fire Red, which is a little bit better for me, and I can actually record it. And I'm not going to use my John Game Boy ABC or whatever it is. I'm going to use my Super PSX. Yes, I can actually run PSX games on that. I can actually run Game Boy games on this, and I have a screen recorder, so I don't have to worry about that. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this radio show. I guess it's June milestones and achievements. I guess June milestones and achievements, and just achievements overall. So if you guys didn't know anything about this, leave a comment. I'll see you guys later. As usual, everybody, long live America, God bless America, long live freedoms and our rights. Amen to all the spirits out there. Pray for everybody that is living and is close to not, and people that have either also, uh, let's remember the souls that have passed on, either from natural causes or from COVID. Um, and all those people who are on their deathbed, please give them a safe passage and let them live long enough for their loved ones to see them if they've not seen them already because of COVID restrictions. I bid you guys a good day. Also pray for my friends. Let them all stay strong. Tom, Meg, April, let them all stay strong and let them overcome their obstacles. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys in another one on Wednesday. Peace out, folks.